guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'll be going through how I fill in my brows and a few tips and tricks how to get rid of crookedness and bold spots like we all have. Because we all got those bold spots. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that I do is a little trick that I picked up accidentally, which is to take a photo of my eyebrows using the front camera of my phone. Now I swear this image shows you a true representation of your eyebrows and shows you how crooked and how bold they are. I feel like more than what you would notice when you're just looking at your face in the mirror. So before I take the photo, I like to quickly brush through my eyebrows with a spoolie, just so the hairs are going in one direction. Now you want to take the photo of your eyebrows with the front camera of the camera that comes with your phone. So not using Snapchat or any other app. What the iPhone camera does, and I'm not sure if this is the same for Samsung, but it actually flips the photo when you take a photo, like a selfie with the front camera, whereas apps like Snapchat, they don't flip the image. So if you've ever taken a selfie with Snapchat and you've got like lettering on your t-shirt or there's a sign in the background or whatever, it's actually backwards or back to front and you can't read it. That's because it doesn't flip the photo. So I'm just going to take a photo of my eyebrows now. Okay, so just analysing that image, I've got a lot of work to do on my right brow. My right brow is my rebellious brow, but we've all got one that doesn't behave, and that's the one that I have a lot of work to do, that has the most boldness. So I always like to start off with my bad brow and then match it to my good brow and then tweak my good brow as I need to. So I've got the most boldness just down the bottom here and the most emptiness there, so I want to start off working there. Now I also don't like to use a ton of products because I'm pretty lazy. My favorite brow product to use is the $1 Billion Brows On Point Waterproof Micro Brow Pencil. That was a mouthful, and that's in the shade Raven. So what I like to do is I'll just brush my brows, and I'll brush my brows like 1,000,000 times during filling them in. I'm just gonna start by just doing like little hair-like strokes where I've got the boldness going on. And then each time I make a few lines, I do like to just brush it through and like, not fade it out, but just make it less harsh. So just by doing that, I can see what a difference it makes already. Now I'm just going to work along the brow and just fill in these bold spots. And I've got like a big bold patch there, so I'm just going to fill that in. So once I've made a few moves, I always like to take a photo just to see how they're tracking. Now you don't have to take a photo every time you're filling in your eyebrows. I used to do that quite often when I was initially just learning how to fill them in properly. Once you get used to them and you know what's wrong with your brows and you really study them, you're like a ninja and you just know what to do. So I'm just going to take another photo just to make sure that I'm happy with sort of the bottom part of my eyebrow. Okay, so I'm pretty good with that. So the next thing I noticed that's wrong with my brows is that this arch is a little bit lower than the right brow. I'm just going to match this arch to this one. And if you feel like you go too high, just like, I use a spoolie as like an eraser as well. And just like put a bit more pressure in that area that you want to get rid of. Okay, I'm going to go back to my good brow. Got a little bold patch here that I want to work on. I always like to just keep looking at my photo. And when I get to like the tail area of my brow, I use a heavier hand just to make it more prominent. I really like that faded look where it's a little bit more lighter at the start of the brow and then it gets more defined and darker. And I don't know, I'm a bit different. I don't work on one brow and then move on to the other one. I like to switch between the two and even it out as I go along. I don't know, it's just how I like to do it. I'm just going to go back just to this one and then just a tiny bit. I'm just going to add a little bit more to this brow here because I feel like this one's a little bit thicker now. And obviously, like, everyone's eyebrows aren't identical. Like, it's just gonna be different. Everyone's faces aren't symmetrical. My face is really crooked. My eyebrows are really crooked out of my own fault from overpacking them, which is besides the point. But don't stress about the fact that they're not, perfect. You're gonna have shit going on with your brows, and that's just, it's like, it'll give you more character, I suppose. Okay, and I also like to do this motion, like looking at my brows, just to see the arch and make sure that they're as even as I can get them. Okay, I think I'm pretty happy with how they are now. Just finishing it off, I always like to take another one. And I'm pretty happy with that. So, now from here you can put an eyebrow gel on if you want to, just to set everything and make sure the product doesn't slip and slide. I don't like to do that because I'm really weird about putting product in my eyebrows. I'm worried that my eyebrow hairs will fall off and I just don't want to lose any more than I have already because I've got that bald problem going on in there and the hairs just aren't growing back. So you can do that if you want to. What I like to do is to get a little bit of concealer and just like put it just under the arch just to sharpen the brow a little bit. So I'm using my MAC Pro Conceal and Correct palette in medium deep. And I pick up the colour NC40, which is this one here. I like to put a lot of it. But it makes the eyebrow really sharp and it gives like a highlighting effect as well. You see that difference there, how much like alive this one is compared to that brow. This is also really good to like cover up like little hairs that you got growing as well. So that brings us to the end of the video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it and you learnt something new. If you did like it, then please subscribe to my channel so you can see more from me. You don't have to if you don't want to, it's up to you. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye!